14 Amigacha, 2010 Muscosis, 28 Kaleidoscope, 33 Marvelicious, 506 Vicious V, 618 One Hit Willow, 78 The Boy, 083 She-Hulk, 20 Kalamazoo Coco, 259 Nemesis, 30 Speedy PD, 5 Kaslamia, 59 Dead Velvet, 681 Executioner, and 8 Bash and Bones. For the Fraser Valley Ravens, we have 102 Pearl Jam, 123 Maggie Mayhem, 168 Collateral Damage, 21 Bent Cupcake, 33 Poison Dart Frog, 5 Vivisection, 56 Adelita Battle Angel, 77 Mad Max, 11 Sweet Tea, 13 Scarmadaner, 183 Reaper, 26 Sugar Cube, 42 Blitz, 55 Reboot, 713 Is He Dead, and 282 Lunar. Okay, we were first jam of the game. Looks like we have Kalamazoo Coco jamming for Rockyview Rebels and Adelita Battle Angel for the Fraser Valley Ravens. Both jammers still in the pack, pushing through. And your Rebels jammer gets through first, scoring lead and getting rid of their initial pass. And some line work there going up from Kalamazoo Coco, getting 4 points on the board for Team Rockyview Rebels. And Adelito Battle Angel gets through, getting rid of their initial pass for Team Fraser Valley. Another 4 points and a call-off going up for the Rockyview Rebels, scoring an 8-point jam for the first jam. We have Dead Velvet jamming for Team Rockyview Rebels. And your white jammer gets the lead. We have jammer 578. Dead Velvet taking off that cover, putting it back on and getting through the pack, getting rid of their initial pass. And 4 points and a call-off coming from Team White from jammer 567. We have an official timeout going up on the board. That also ends the timeout. We have Addy Slam jamming for Team Rockyview Rebels and Sweet Tea for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. And Addy Slam gets out of the pack, scoring lead for Team Rockyview. With Sweet Tea not far behind, getting rid of their initial pass. Some offense going on for Team Rockyview. And a call-off coming from Addy Slam. We got 4 points going for Team Rockyview and 2 points going for Fraser Valley. We have Addy Slam jamming for the Rockyview Rebels. And Reaper jamming for the Fraser Valley Ravens. Reaper fighting through that pack, getting hit by some defense. Bones and Nemesis watching those lines. And getting recycled by She-Hulk. Addy Slam coming back into the pack, trying to get their way through. We have no lead right now, so it's up to either of these jammers to score a lead right now. And Addie Slam gets their scoring lead for Team Rockyview Rebels. Some hard hits coming from Addie Slam with a quick recycle. And Reaper getting out of that pack, putting the cover back on, getting rid of their initial pass. This will be a full 2-minute jam now. A run back coming from Nemesis from Team Rockyview. And a power jam change going to Fraser Valley now. And that is jam. Addie Slam picking up your Fraser Valley picking up 2 points, and your Rockyview also picking up 2 points. We have Reaper jamming for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. And for your Rockyview Rebels, we have Kalamazoo Coco. Some juking coming from your Black Jammer, scoring lead and getting rid of their initial pass for Team Rockyview. Some very fast feet coming from a Rockyview Jammer, just enough to pick up 4 points and get out of the pack. And your Rockyview Rebels grabbing another 4 points, putting up on the board with some penalties going on. We have a power jam going on for the Team Rockyview Rebels right now, and their jammer gets through, scoring 4 points to put up on that board. We have your score sitting at 34 for the Rockyview Rebels and 8 for the Fraser Valley Ravens. We have Dead Velvet jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. Dead Velvet gets out, scoring lead and getting rid of their initial pass for Team Rockyview Rebels. And Dead Velvet gets through, getting 4 points and calling the jam. We have Blitz jamming for Fraser Valley Ravens, and we have Marvelicious jamming for Rockyview Rebels, with Marvelicious getting through the score pass. Blitz getting through, dodging Speedy Petey, and getting rid of their initial pass for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. Some inside work on that line with Marvelicious, then calling it off. Gaining 1 point for Team Rockyview Rebels. We have Addie Slam jamming for Team Rockyview Rebels. And for your Team Fraser Valley, we have 567. 567 gets the lead for Fraser Valley, getting rid of their initial pass. We have going up for both jammers. And that is jam. Maybe they just got like new versions. I know that's yeah, but they're not putting anything up into the weekend. We have Rain jamming for the Fraser Valley Ravens, and for the Rockyview Rebels, we have Kalamazoo Coco. And your Rockyview Rebel jammer gets through, scoring a lead and getting rid of their initial pass. Recycling going on from Executioner towards the Fraser Valley Jammer. And your Rockyview Jammer gets out, putting 4 points up on that board. And Rain getting through, getting rid of their initial pass, with Kalamazoo Coco getting through and putting up 4 points for Team Rockyview Rebels. We have a timeout for White going on. We have an additional 1 point going up for the Fraser Valley Ravens on that last jam. We have the Rockyview Rebels sitting at 15 points and the Fraser Valley Ravens sitting at 13. We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Dead Velvet jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. Both jammers getting a power. And Blitz gets lead, getting some offense on that with Dead Velvet not far behind on those lines, getting rid of both of the Jammers' initial passes. Blitz calls it off before Dead Velvet can gain any points. We have 0 points going to both Jammers on that last jam. We have Marvelicious jamming for your Rockyview Rebels and Bent Cupcake for your Fraser Valley Ravens with an official timeout.
Did you get a paper roster or no?
That's why I'm having such difficulty in answering, because I don't until I put it up there unless I put it on the screen.
They may have another one. I'll have something.
No, that's what I was going to say. I was going to go talk to school, but I have to.
Don't forget to talk about all the sponsors and shit, eh?
Yeah.
And, get some sponsor stuff.
I couldn't find it. That's why I haven't yet, because I don't want to mess it up. Once again, we have Marvelicious sharing for your Rockyview Rebels and Bent Cupcake for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Marvelicious getting thrown on that inside line with some toast-up work, getting rid of their initial pass and gaining a lead for Team Rockyview Rebels. And a star pass happening to get your jammer 5, 6, 7 out of the pack, getting rid of their initial pass. Your white jammer working on that outside line by getting hit out by Ami Gotcha. Some two-player defense going from Ami Gotcha and Executioner. And a penalty going to the Rockyview Rebels. Executioner running back your white jammer. And your Rockyview Rebel jammer also getting run back. We have a multiplayer going out to Executioner with your other black blocker back in the pack. With Fraser Valley Ravens getting out of the pack, scoring 4 points.
That's yesterday's game. I think I may have the Rockyview.
I know most of the Rockyview
I know most of the I know they have a bunch of fill-ins.
And I know like half their fill-ins because they play for Medicine Hat. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was like, there's got to be shit here.
There has to be. We have Addie Slam jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And Scarmander for your Fraser Valley Ravens. And Addie Slam getting in the pack, scoring lead and getting rid of their initial pass. With your white jammer right behind. Addie Slam calling it off before Sweet Tea could get through the pack. We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens. And Callum McKay's Coco for your Rockyview Rebels. Cam McKay. Both jammers getting through with your Rockyview Rebels scoring lead and Blitz chasing right behind. We have a Rally in the front and Rebels in the back. And the jam gets called off by the Rockyview Rebels. Rebels scoring 2 points. And your Fraser Valley Ravens getting 1. We have Dead Velvet jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And we have jammer 567 for your Fraser Valley for Fraser Valley Ravens. Dead the initial pass for Rockyview Rebels. And we have a 2-on-2 for 2-on-4 for blockers with Rebels taking the lead for this one. A full offensive line on black, getting Dead Velvet through and putting up 4 points on that board. Dead Velvet sneaking through the pack on the inside and putting up 4 more points. Edger Jammer 567 getting through for Fraser Valley. Dead Velvet calling off the jam, putting 4 more points on. We have an official review going to Team White. While this official review is happening, I'd like to take a minute to thank some of our sponsors. Our Jam line is sponsored by Trail Appliances. The Pivot line is sponsored by WFTDI Canada. The penalty boxes are sponsored by Genuine. The track name is sponsored by West Legal. West Legal has sponsored both of our tracks this year, and we are extremely thankful.
Those of you online watching on YouTube, those 26 people, that QR code that you see there right now, you can vote for your tournament MVP, and they can win a sweet gift card. So take advantage of that, scan that sucker, and let's get some votes in.
Okay, the game is back on. For your Rockyview Rebel Jammer, we have Marvelicious. And for your Fraser Valley Ravens, we have Sweet Tea. We have some jammer on jammer action coming up right behind the jammer line. And Sweet Tea getting through, scoring lead for Team Fraser Valley Ravens with a smile on their face. We have Marvelicious right behind, getting rid of their initial pass. And Sweet Tea gets through, scores 4 points, and calls off the jam. We have Reaper jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Addy Slam for your Rockyview Rebels. And Addy Slam gets to the pack, scoring lead for Team Rockyview Rebels. Reaper fighting through some really tough defense right now from Team Rockyview. Reaper is currently stuck on Bash and Bones. Goes on the outside and falls through that tripod. Reaper gets through, getting rid of their initial pass for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. And Addy Slam calls the jam off before Reaper could grab any points. Addy Slam picks up all 4 points for Team Rockyview Rebels. We have another quick pause in the game. Just going to mention some more sponsors. We have some generous donations made by Devin and Lang, Valmere Delights, Callaway Park, Winsport, Creepy Creatures Canada, the Hanger Museum, and Valmere Delights. Thank you very much. It appears with that official review, we have a power jam going to Team Rockyview Rebels. We have Kalamazoo Coco jamming and for the Rockyview Rebels, and Reaper jamming for the Fraser Valley Ravens. And your Rockyview Rebels get through. Some bookend setup over here on Team Rebels. And a quick little hop on the apex gets Coco through the jam. Some really nice juking going on here for Jammer on Rockyview Rebels. Reaper's back in, hits the pack, and tries to fight their way through. Another 4 points going up on the board for your Team Rockyview Rebels. And your initial pass is done by your Fraser Valley Ravens. And jam gets called by your Rockyview Rebels. We have Sweet Tea jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Dead Velvet for your Rockyview Rebels. Some fast feet on both of these jammers right now. And it looks like Sweet Tea makes it through, scoring lead for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. We have a penalty going to Rockyview Rebels, but not before both jammers can get out. And 4 points up on the board for your Team Fraser Valley. We have 8 minutes before halftime here. And for your team Fraser Valley, we have Blitz jamming. And for our Rockyview Rebels, we have Marvelicious. Marvelicious breaks up that tripod, but it's Blitz who gets out on top, scoring lead. And jam gets called by Blitz. We have Addie Slam jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And your Fraser Valley Ravens with jammer 567 Toucan gets out on top. And the jam gets called by the Fraser Valley Ravens. We have 4 points going up for Fraser Valley. We have Kalamazoo. We have Kamikaze Coco going up for your Rockyview Rebels and Sweet Tea for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Both jammers stuck in the pack. We have some offense coming from Vicious V towards the Rockyview Rebels. And a recycle on the Rockyview Rebel jammer. It's recycle and Sweet Tea, and Rockyview ends up on top, getting lead and getting rid of their initial pass. A cover pass going to Rain, making Rain your new jammer for the Fraser Valley Ravens. And your Rockyview Rebel jammer getting through, scoring 4 points to put up on that board. And the jam gets called. We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Dead Velvet for your Rockyview Rebels. Blitz finding that inside line and gets knocked out by She-Hulk. Some offense by She-Hulk, but gets knocked out by Lunar. Nemesis and pushing them out. Blitz getting run back. Blitz getting hit out by She-Hulk. Complete O going on right now by your team Fraser Valley Ravens. Dead Velvet back in the pack. We have a destruction penalty going to Rockyview Rebels with number 5. And Dead Velvet getting out, scoring. We have a cover pass going to Adelita Battle Angel. And an 4 points. Angel White Jammer scoring 4 points. Alita beat up by Dead Velvet. And that is Jam with an empty box. We have Marvelicious jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And Reboot for your Fraser Valley Ravens. A run back coming from Team Rockyview, and Team Fraser Valley getting through and scoring lead. The cover comes off from Marvelicious, but gets held up at the front of the pack. Getting rid of their initial pass. And the jam gets called up by Reboot, getting 4 points up on the board. Yeah. We have Sweet Tea during for Fraser Valley Ravens and Addie Slam for the Rockyview Rebels. Addie Slam gets through, scoring. Sweet Tea getting rid of the initial pass with a We have penalties going to She-Hulk right now. With Sweet Tea picking up 4 points for Team Fraser Valley Ravens and 0 going out to Addie Slam. And that is intermission. We have some penalties up on the screen for those of you who are viewing online. For the Rockyview Rebels, we have Bash and Bones, and Nemesis, and She-Hulk sitting at 1. We have Mexicutioner and Speedy Petey sitting at 2. Sorry, we also have Dead Velvet, Vicious V, and Kaslamia sitting at 1. And we have... There's no name for Amigacha. Anyways. We have Amigacha sitting at 3, and Addy Slam sitting at 3. Yep. For your Fraser Valley Raven penalties, we have Sweet Tea sitting at 1. We have Reboot sitting at 1. We have Scarmander, Reaper, Toucan, Izzy Dead, and Izzy Dead sitting at 2. And we have Collateral Damage and Alita Battle Angel with Mad Max sitting at 3. Okay, and once again, for those of you viewing online right now, we have this QR code that you can scan to vote on the MVP of the tournament. Please make sure to vote. Pick anybody in the tournament to win MVP for the entire tournament. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on intermission. We have your Rockyview Rebels sitting at 109 and your Fraser Valley Ravens sitting at 49. We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens. And we have Dead Velvet jamming for your Rockyview Rebels for the first jam of the second half. Blitz gets a quick run back while Dead Velvet battles on the line with Alita Battle Angel. But lead for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. Blitz plays on that outside line. We have so much chaos going on right now with a cover pass going to She-Hulk for the Rockyview Rebels. And the gym gets called by Blitz. 4 points going up for Team Fraser Valley. We have your Rockyview Rebel Jammer getting through. Toucan is your jammer for Fraser Valley Ravens, who is still in the pack. And your Rockyview Rebel Jammer plays on the inside line on that A and gets out, scoring 4 points for the Rockyview Rebels. We have some work on that outside edge on your Rockyview Rebel Jammer. And Coco gets out, scoring 4 points to put up on the board for the Rockyview Rebels. We have a jammer now. Both jammers out of the pack right now. Another 4 points going up for the Rockyview Rebels. And the jam gets called by Rockyview Rebels. For our jammer, we have Marvelicious for Rockyview Rebels, and we have Sweet Tea for Fraser Valley Ravens. Marvelicious gets through, scoring lead and getting rid of that initial pass. Sweet Tea not far behind. Both jammers done their initial pass. And the jam gets called by a Rockyview Rebel jammer. We have Addie Slam for your Rockyview Rebel jammer, and we have Blitz for your Fraser Valley Ravens. We got a pile up at the front with Blitz taking advantage of that, getting that outside edge and getting lead. And that is jam. We have an official timeout going up on the board right now. We have Dead Velvet jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And Toucan jamming for Fraser Valley Ravens with a hard hit by Willow and gets out. We have some O coming in right now for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Penalty going to Black 808. And a call off coming from your Fraser Valley. We have Sweet Tea jamming for the Fraser Valley Ravens and Dead Velvet for Rockyview Rebels. Sweet Tea gets you, scoring lead jam for Team Fraser Valley. Velvet putting up a hard fight on that tripod right there. Pearl Jam securing that outside edge for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. And Sweet Tea getting through and calling it with Dead Velvet right behind. 4 points up on the board for Fraser Valley and 0 going up on the board for Rockyview. We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Camel Z Coco jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. Blitz gets through, scoring the lead for Team Fraser Valley. With Camel Z Coco not far behind, also getting rid of their initial pass. A hard hit gets given to Blitz while they call off the jam. We have Marvelicious jamming for your Rockyview Rebels. And we have Alita Battle Angel for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Some splits on Alita Battle Angel there. And Alita Battle Angel gets recycled by Executioner. Executioner feeds Alita Battle Angel into the pack and gets held. And Alita Battle Angel plays on that inside line, scoring a lead jam for the Fraser Valley Ravens. And once again, we have some edge work going on. Marvelicious gets to the pack. We have Addy Slam jamming for your Rockyview Rebels and Sweet Tea for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Addie caught up in the front of the pack right there. Sweet Tea playing on that edge. We have a power gem going to Team Rockyview Rebels. And a fight for Addie Slam there. Addie Slam gets through, scoring lead for Team Rockyview Rebels. Some jammer on jammer contact there. We have a power jam for Team Black once again, with Sweet Tea returning to the box. And a call going to Addie. We have Dead Velvet cheering for the Rockyview Rebels and Sweet Tea for the Fraser Valley Ravens. We have a power jam to start here with Dead Velvet sneaking through the inside line, getting the lead. Sweet Tea back in the pack, trying to get through while Dead Velvet laps getting 4 points for Team Rockyview Rebels. We have a star pass from the Fraser Valley Ravens and some offense going on. We have Blitz becoming our new jammer for the Fraser Valley Ravens, getting through the pack. And Dead Velvet calling lead, or calling jam. We have a timeout going to Team Black now.
During this team timeout, we would like to remind everybody that we are still looking for Flat Track Fever overall tournament MVP. Make sure you check out our social media or go to any of the QR codes that are posted around the buildings. We are taking votes up until the end of the next game. At that time, we will tally through the votes and we will see who has been voted overall tournament MVP. Our MVP for Flat Track Fever 2025 was Tuffy. They received a $250 gift card from Rydell Skates. I know that we have a really good prize this year, so it'll be interesting to see. Currently, we have over 200 votes for MVP. Hopefully, you're one of them.
We have Kamikaze Coco jamming for Rockyview Rebels. And Kamikaze Coco gets lead, getting rid of their initial pass. We have Toucan jamming for Fraser Valley Ravens. Pushing through that pack, but getting recycled by One Hit Willow. We have your white jammer getting through, getting out of their initial pass. And 4 points going up for your Rockyview Rebels right before call off. We have Marvelicious jamming for our Rockyview Rebels and Sweet Tea for our Fraser Valley Ravens. Both getting a running start, a little bit of shoulder action there. Marvelicious fighting for that inside edge, but not quite making it. Sweet Tea getting recycled by Executioner. And Marvelicious getting lead jam for the Rockyview Rebels. We have a penalty for a forearm going to Executioner while the cover is off for Sweet Tea. And a successful cover pass going to our new jammer now for our Fraser Valley Ravens. Rain. And the jam gets called off by Marvelicious.
I feel like this crowd is way too quiet between jams. You guys know you could cheer other than when they're scoring points, right? Who's cheering for the Ravens?
Ravens fans, any of them?
Who's cheering for the Rebels? I feel like you guys could all cheer a whole lot louder. Who's cheering for the Ravens? And who's cheering for the Rebels? I think it's like slightly better. And who's cheering for the refs?
Yeah, give your refs some love.
Who's cheering for tape? No? I thought I'd try.
We have Blitz jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens, and for your Rockyview Rebels, we have Addy Slam. We have a run back on Blitz coming from She-Hulk. Addy Slam fighting at the top of the pack. And a power jam going to Team Rockyview Rebels with Addy Slam getting out, scoring lead, and getting rid of Rockyview's initial pass for this jam. And Addy Slam gets through, getting 4 points up for the Rockyview Rebels. Addy Slam gets hit by Alita Battle Angel, with She-Hulk doing some offense. Your white jammer entering the pack, and some offense going from Alita Battle Angel. She-Hulk runs back Blitz, while Addy Slam enters the pack. And Addy Slam just slips through that inside edge right there, putting up 4 points with a smile on her face. Addy Slam once again slipping through on the inside edge on the apex, putting 4 more points up on the board. And a penalty going to Addy Slam. We have Toucan jamming for your Fraser Valley Ravens and Addy Slam for your Rockyview Rebels. And your Fraser Valley gets their scoring lead. And some offense, but a hit off from the inside edge. Kaleidoscope running the jammer back. And an Apex jammer with Speedy PD attempting to do some defense. Oh my God, you're winding those hips around already. But Toucan getting through anyways. And Toucan getting run back by Speedy Petey. And a power jam going to Team Black. We have a box swap for a penalty right now. Which means that your white jammer Toucan is back in. Toucan gets through, scoring 4 points for Team Fraser Valley Ravens. And a penalty going to collateral damage on the Fraser Valley. And that is jam. We have Vicious V as your jammer for the Rockyview Rebels. And Rain for your Fraser Valley Ravens. Vicious V finding that inside edge on the apex, but getting run back by your white blocker. And Rain getting through, scoring lead for Fraser Valley. Rain getting caught up at the top of the pack with She-Hulk. And Vicious V getting through as well, getting rid of that initial pass. And a call off coming from Rain, grabbing 0 points. We have Bash and Bones for your Rockyview Rebels jamming, and Alita Battle Angel for your Fraser Valley Ravens. And a knockout by Amigacha pushes your white jammer back, and a knockout by Lunar pushes your black jammer back. Bash and Bones fighting through that pack right now with a Bash and Bones gets brought to the back of the pack. And Bash and Bones gets through, getting a lead for Team Rockyview Rebels. Alita Battle Angel still fighting through the pack, getting some O-Friends from Blitz. Getting hung up by Kaslamia, but getting through, getting out of the initial pass between Fraser Valley Ravens. Bash and Bones calls off that jam. We have Dead Velvet going up. We have an official timeout right now.
During this official timeout, I think we should say Happy Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day here today, and we'd like to thank all of the Derby moms out in the crowd today, bringing these junior skaters to the track. Without all you, I don't think Derby would happen either.
We have Toucan jamming for our Fraser Valley Ravens and Dead Velvet for your Rockyview Rebels. And Dead Velvet gets out of the pack with some quick O-Friends by your Nemesis. Velvet gets to the pack, putting up 4 points, switching Rockyview Rebels. And that is Jam. Just a reminder that our highest scoring jam of the tournament has been 28 so far. So if anybody beats 28 in this game, that'll be the new highest scoring jam for the entire tournament. Number 28 is the number to beat.
We'd also like to thank our medics for keeping us safe on the track, thanking our officials as well, NSOs, all the volunteers that are making Derby happen. We're just taking a quick official timeout here just to double check the track to make sure that it's clean, there's no biohazards, making sure that everybody's okay.
We have a group huddle in the middle of the track as well right now. For your Rockyview jammer, we have Kalamaka's Coco. And for your Fraser Valley jammer, we have Toucan. We have Rain. Rain gets knocked out by Ksenia. And Kalamaka's gets the lead jam. Some fancy toe stop work there on Kalamaka's with Rain not far behind. And a call going for the Rockyview Rebels. Two points going up on the board for the Rockyview Rebels. We have Marvelicious jamming for the Rockyview Rebels and Alita Battle Angel for the Fraser Valley Ravens. Marvelicious gets through, scoring lead with Alita Battle Angel right behind. We have a jammer race going on right now. Marvelicious calling off the jam. We have Addie Slam in the pack, jamming for Team Rockyview. And Toucan for Team Fraser Valley gets lead. Toucan enters the pack and tries to push through, getting caught by and Addie Slam gets through the pack, getting rid of the initial pass for Team Rockyview Rebels. And Toucan calls off the jam.
Just as a quick note to our audience, just for an awareness of time for our next game, we will not be doing high fives at the end of this game. We will be doing a quick team photo underneath the scoreboard and then MVP and MVP. When I announced that yesterday, everybody looked at me like I killed their puppy.
We have Sweet Tea jamming for the Fraser Valley Ravens, and we have Dead Velvet for the Rockyview Rebels. Sweet Tea gets pushed to the outside by one hit Willow. And gets pushed out of the... Sweet Tea gets the lead for Team Fraser Valley. And Dead Velvet gets to the pack as well, getting into that initial pass. Sweet Tea calls off the jam. For Team Rockyview, we have Kalamazoo Coco jamming, and for Team Fraser Valley, we have Blitz. Both jammers push into this pack right now. And your Team Rebel jammer gets on the outside edge and hops around, getting lead and getting rid of that initial pass for Team Rockyview. Blitz fights through but gets knocked out. And Kalamazoo Coco gets lead. Gets 4 points put up on the board. And an additional 4 add up for the Rockyview Rebels. Blitz gets to the pack. And that is game. We have the Rockyview Rebels sitting at 188 and the Fraser Valley Ravens sitting at 100.
If the teams could quickly move to scoreboard photo and then to the announcer desk for MVJ MVB, we need to make track space for the teams to warm up. And y'all got to get nice and close to the announcer desk so we can keep the track clear.
I don't have the actual, I don't have their name on here. So I don't know how to spell that at all.
Doesn't matter. It's fine.
And then Reaper. I spelled that wrong, but
that's fine.
R-E-A-P-E-R.
So it's Coco Executioner Reaper Luna?
Yeah.
All right, teams, we're ready to announce MVJ MVP. We are going to start with your Rockyview Rebels, winner of the game. Your MVJ Kamikaze. And your blocker. And for your Ravens, we have and then for blocker, we have Lunar. Oh, and we have an announcement over here. Overy is looking for the microphone.
Hey, before everybody leaves, can I get everybody at the top of their dang lungs to call Phil Hollywood down to the floor?